Good morning, everyone. Within this 5 minutes, I would like to share with you the learning activity which I have designed for my students, and it is entitled Design Your Own Office Mix or PowerPoint Game for Organic Chemistry Functional Groups. So before I'm going to talk about that further, let me introduce myself. My name is Byron MC Michael Kadum, and I'm teaching pre-university chemistry. Most of the time, I will be teaching organic chemistry to my students at Lab 1 Matriculation College. And as you know, organic chemistry will be one of the toughest subjects that we want to incorporate in 21st century learning design. But I tried my very best to introduce at least one or two elements to my students. So my students most of them will be 18 to 19-year-old students. And the level of my class will be intermediate. The objective of my learning activity will be for them to create their own learning tool, which is the Office Mix or PowerPoint game, for them to remember the functional groups in organic chemistry. And I would like to target on the skill of the use of ICT for learning. The reason why I want to focus on this one, because according to my observation, it's obvious that our pre-university students, they have very shallow understanding on how to use technology to enhance their learning, and that is very sad. And from my conversation with professors from university, they do want us as chemistry or matriculation teachers, they want us to develop these skills among the students because they have found out that university students nowadays, they also incapable to even doing very basic research or search on the internet. So this is the reason why I want to incorporate ICT in my learning, because I want to show to my students that if you're able to use our everyday technology, you will be able to enhance your learning. So the stage of the lesson I would like to incorporate this learning activity will be on the assessments, and the topic will be on organic chemistry functional groups. In this topic, students need to be able to remember 16 functional groups. And let me go through the steps of the activity. So first, I will ask the students about game, and I will instruct them how to create the game by using Office Mix and PowerPoint. I will show to them one example which I have designed myself, but the example will be very basic, and from there the students will be able to have the idea on how to create their own game, but it should be even more engaging, more creative, and more innovative from the basic example which I will give to them. And then the student will be instructed to group themselves into 4 or 5, and it's up to them to delegate whether they want to have 2 students to pick which functional groups they want to include in their games, or the other 2 students will be able to do research on Bing to find out what sort of storyline they want to include in the game, because I want them to have a very interactive, creative game. And then after that, after they have done all those delegations, then they will need to pick what organic chemistry functional groups they want to include. They don't have to include all 16. Maybe they can pick about 4 or 5. And then they have the liberty to pick what sort of difficulty they want to include in their game. So it's up to them. And they will need to pick a storyline. They can do research on Bing. They can pick any kind of superhero, supervillain, or mysterious kind of storyline to incorporate into their game. Because with this storyline, the students will find it to be more creative and engaging. So after that, they will exchange the game. They will try the game. After they tried it, then the whole class will gather together and they will give feedbacks on the games. After the feedback, each group will have the opportunity to amend the game. And then after that, we will share the game on the college network and eventually to the matriculation network so that everyone else will be able to see it. So over here, so by the end of the activity, they should be able to design their own learning. They should be able to know how to use ICT to enhance their learning and to improve the perception on organic chemistry learning. And on the sides over here, you can see one of the examples of one of the best games that have been created by the students. So if we can have some time to watch the video, if it's loading. I don't think it's loading on time, so thank you very much. That's all.